Hey everybody, and welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. Make sure to check out the like button and help us get to 2 likes to celebrate episode 2. Also, new quality content drop available tomorrow at qualitycontent.com. If you like the jacket I'm wearing in the video, it's there, and a bunch of other stuff. Link below. Since we last left off, I did a little bit of work. You can hear some of it. I made a few animal pens. I just figured it would be easier in between episodes to lure the animals over, get them in pens so that we have a supply if needed. I don't have any chickens yet. I may have just decided I got lazy after these 3, but eventually I'm sure we'll have chickens. I've been using the sheep to collect lots and lots of wool. They eat and grow their coats back really, really quickly. So it's been good, and we need a lot of wool to make sails so we can hopefully jump right into having a create windmill. Yeah, it's like our breeding. It's been really slow because the food growth has been super slow going. I do have a little bit to harvest right now. I reallocated the farm slightly as I was working on things in between episodes. So now what the heck was that? Buddy beans. Do I get occasional jelly beans when I break wheat? That's news to me. What do you know? This is good though, okay. Because my food supply it's in a really bad way. Like, my animal pens have way too few animals for me to actually be using them in order to get food. So I slayed some wild animals just in between to kind of hold me over. I have 1 cooked pork chop left, and then I have a few beef that I cooked up that I can go grab right now. But otherwise, it's not super great. Hey, look, alternative entrance into my basement. What? Jardon decided to occupy a pre-built structure and dug out a basement inside of it? Well, he's never done that before. Okay, here's the thing. All the mechanisms that we're gonna be making in this series, it's gonna occupy a lot of space. So anything I can build now is not gonna properly enclose everything that's gonna happen. So that's why, rather than trying to build a starter house, I just kind of cleared out this big area so that we have space to work with here. And I chopped down some trees. I got some wood that way. We're gonna need lots of wood for what we're making here. So it just seemed like a better way to start off. And then we can explore down the road a little bit with the idea of a structure, maybe a warehouse to fit everything inside. I don't know. In any case, I've got a good bit of wool. Should be enough for quite a few sales actually, so we'll be good to go there. I was just checking what sort of cooked foods can I get here? We can do, I saw there were different cuts of chicken that you could do or something like that. Raw chicken cuts. Yeah, you can use a knife on it. I don't know if that's actually more efficient in terms of how much saturation and hunger it gives you back. But in any case, is what it is. This is my food supply at the moment. Not going super great. I'm debating whether or not to use wheat to breed animals or to make occasional bread. It would be great if I could find a village that actually, has some hay bales in it that I could use in order to sustain myself. I'll do a little bit of that for now. I have some carrots growing too, so I'm just gonna do a little bit there, and then maybe I'll make some bread with the rest. I don't know, dude. It's kind of a mess here, but I did some digging into what I really need to start working on as far as the create stuff goes. It outlines a lot of it inside of Chapter 1, as you would guess. So we're gonna need a lot of wood. So we're gonna need to do the mechanical saws on the spinny bearing to collect trees. We also have a thing that I'm gonna have to test here where we're supposed to automate andesite collection or andesite cobblestone. So the way it works, and I don't know if I really noticed it in the first episode, is that when we break andesite, it doesn't actually drop andesite directly, and the same goes for some of the other resources. It drops andesite cobblestone. Fortunately, this can still be used in order to make the andesite alloys that we need. It's interchangeable, and the andesite cobblestone can be gotten via custom generating. So it's basically like a cobblestone generator, but you do it on top of bedrock, and it generates andesite cobblestone. Now, my question here is, if we're supposed to mass produce this and have it automatically harvesting these resources, is there a way to get bedrock somehow? Did they make it so at least the bottom of the world is flat bedrock? Otherwise, it's we're gonna have to choose these awkwardly placed individual spots where you can do one source of generating. That is, maybe you only need one. I don't know how quickly it happens. We're gonna have to test it out. But there is a challenge in here which basically says, you're gonna have to do this probably far away from your factory, aka at the bottom of the world. So we need to make a lift in order to be able to take up our resources and bring it up to us and figure that out. Also, the andesite alloy, as you may notice, it's not the usual recipe. it takes algal brick. If you watch Vault Hunters, we get a lot of this and we do nothing with it. If only I could take the inventory from that over to here and put it to use, which comes from algal blend, which comes from clay and seaweed. So that's why one of the other things that we're supposed to do is having like underwater harvesting, which I guess you can still use the mechanical harvesters with Create, have them spinning around underwater, and it'll still work the same as what we're gonna eventually set up above ground to farm wheat and things like that. And then finally, something with strainers in order to automatically generate sand. They seem to be the core components at the end of it. We're trying to basically be able to auto-craft these andesite machines, which go into, well, everything, basically. So I'm gonna need to make them before automation anyway, because you use the smithing table for a ton of things here. So we have andesite machine plus, and then a bunch of different resources goes into all these different machines that we're gonna have to make, or you stone cut it, which is interesting. So first things first, we need to be able to generate stress, right, with Create. So why don't we start off by focusing on, I think we could probably do a windmill because sails aren't too bad at all, actually. So it's just gonna be wood, wool, and iron, which means that unfortunately we are gonna have to smelt a little bit more iron, even though we're not quite at the point of being able to get 1-to-1, but I do know how to 1-to-1 it. And that is something I hope to get set up in this episode. So don't worry, I know this isn't being terribly efficient at the moment, but I'm hoping to get out of doing this as soon as I possibly can. But in order to get out of it, I need to be able to generate stress units. So it's a necessary step for now. Also, I did go back underground. I collected some more ores, as you can see. That's why I have a bunch more iron. I have some lapis. I did get 4 more diamonds. I'm debating what to do it on. I should probably just make a diamond sword, I would guess. Wouldn't be the worst idea. And more wood. And then, I just tried to label the stuff. This is our inventory. It's going to be a while until I think Applied Energistics comes into play. And I've been, sneak peeking ahead into some of the recipes that we're going to have to get into. It gets kind of wild. Here, let me give you a little preview of what's to come. So this, singularity, crushing wheels into crushing wheels. Gives you singularities, which are then themselves used to combine with an explosion in order to create quantum entangled singularities. And we're gonna have to automate all this at some point with controlled explosions, which is a tagline that they actually give in one of the outlines in the intro section. So anyway, that said, okay, let's start work. I think we're gonna just jump right ahead of water wheels. We might use water wheels at some point, but windmills they're just so much better. So I'm thinking let's just go straight as far as we can into that to begin with and just see where it takes us. We're also gonna need to go and get some seaweed manually. We do have to do some manual stuff to start with before we can start to automate, basically. Oh, you might be pleased to hear that I actually went back to our little starting area and I took down the 2 floating trees that I left over there. So I hope you're proud of me. I did it for you because I know even if you never have to see that again, even if I never go back over there, that was gonna weigh on you guys and you're gonna be very upset about the whole thing. Hey, are we gonna be, dude, if we can get a full stack of these actually, then we'll be able to make full-size singular, not a singularity windmill, but a singular windmill, which is not a bad way to just get us off to powering things. We'll be able to not have to worry about our stress units getting consumed. So now we need to make shafts and gears, cogs, gearboxes, things like that. But first, let's go get some seaweed. Also, while I was wandering around trying to find animals and stuff, I found another one of those structures that has some Create stuff in it. I assume they're supposed to be remnants of ruined windmills or something like that. And I found another millstone, which is convenient because the millstone is part of the process for doing 1-to-1 ores, at least in the easiest early game way. So yeah, pretty cool that we found another one of those as well as a few shafts. Also, I collected some sand and gravel, and I'm thinking, let's take some of our clay here and our sand and gravel. I need some for the andesite alloys, but otherwise, I'm thinking let's get some grout going because we are going to need some of that in order to make the melter and also obviously get started on the full Tinker's Construct smelteries. I think we're just gonna focus on the seared melters for the time being though. And I am gonna run myself out of coal here probably pretty soon, but I guess is what it is. Let's just get the grout going here, and then that'll be running while we're going and getting ourselves some seaweed. My inventory sorting will work for now, and then it's probably gonna become terrible. Hey, it's nighttime. Oh, hey, you know, we should sleep right now. And then also I need, basically every time that I go above ground, I need to just, you know, until we get it automated with create, I need to check the farmland, make sure I'm getting wheat. Also, I've decided to save my coin here because it seems like a chest that would be cool to save coin, but you can't break it and move it. Yeah, it says if you like break it that it'll just disappear. So yeah, we don't want to do that because then we would lose the really pretty chest that's really super duper pretty. I feel like I should just basically turn this entire area here into carrots and wheat now that I have the seeds to sustain it. So, hey pigs, would you like to have, oh, creeper, no, we don't need that. Would you like to have, would you like to make new baby? Yes, let's make new baby here. Now that we have a little bit more wheat, we can make just one baby at the time, yeah? All right, let's go get some seaweed. Do I have the boat in my inventory? I do, it's ready to go. Might have to go all the way out to the ocean for it, but that'll be fine. Yeah, there's not a great deal of seaweed in this area, I suppose, because the surface is all just diorites, so, oh well. Seagrass works too, I suppose. I can never remember if I can shear seagrass or if I silk touch it, whatever, it doesn't really matter. I guess I could use that for the moment if I wanted to, but also we're gonna need seaweed anyway because that's gonna be how we make our farm. So let me just run out to the ocean and snag some from there pretty quick. This is all we get for our seaweed allocation. We just get two strands of seaweed, no more. That's it. We're never gonna find any more. That was it. The entire world generates with this, and then you gotta plant it in order to, sorry, like 2.5. Got another little strand right here. I need a magnet. God dang it, I'm used to being able to collect seaweed with a magnet in Vault Hunters. Go fast up to the surface, don't drown. God dang it, dude, I'm gonna need some enchantments. I'm gonna need some aqua affinity. I'm gonna need a little bit of respiration. Although once we have this automated, then we'll be good. You know, you'd think that the salt water would like corrode the mechanisms with create. So that's why I was like, oh, well, that thing will actually work underwater? It just seems like it'd be pretty bad. Oh, whoa, we hit the mother lode. Turns out there's actually more seaweed for us. What do you know? We should probably, I think we'll probably end up just setting up a spot right nearby in the water outside the house in order to get this all going. Either that or we can, I suppose, also dig like a dedicated little, I'm drowning, a dedicated little pit and, just get source blocks filled up, or I can't remember if displacing seaweed in flowing water turned into source blocks. Is that still viable? I don't recall, but in any case, we'll figure out how we want to do it with the auto seaweed harvesting. We have to get all the machines up and running before we can even consider that anyway. All right, that's 2.5 stacks of kelp to begin with, should be good. I probably should have collected some more coal when I was down there. Fortunately, there's like quite a bit that's just in the mine shaft or the like minecart track area that leads down to the bottom. But yeah, would have been good to collect. How did I get here? Did I come through this little river? I don't remember. I want a boat back home. All right, so back home. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to go and mine some more coal now that I've also used some in order to get the grout going. This is definitely like, this is enough seared bricks to make the stuff that we need even for 2 instances. 1 millstone, 1 melter, 1 like whatever the thing that powers it. It's just basically one of each thing. And then you need a few hoppers for each one if you want it to automate all the way through from putting in the crushed ore, or whatever it is that you get is crushed ore, right? Yeah, and then receiving out an ingot in return just takes like a few hoppers. But anyway, actually, you know what? Let's just swap it out since we have enough here and get some of the kelp going before we totally run out of coal. And I suppose while this is going, I can just go harvest some more of the coal that's definitely sitting on its way down here. Yeah, there we go. What are this? Randomium ore. Is it gonna give me a random ore drop? What the frick? Birch planks. Okay, I mean, like of all the things that I was gonna guess could be in the loot tables for that, birch planks wasn't one of them, so that's kind of interesting. Huh, okay. Oh, well, food is still a problem. I really need to build a staircase on this and just get rid of the rail. I mean, I was just, lazy in case it started head hitting and I was gonna worry about head hairs and all that stuff, and I was like, I'll do it later. Anywho. All right, there we go. We got more coal. No, wait. Whoa, what have I done? I'm being dumb. God dang it, I'm being dumb. That's not what I do. I smelt the blend. Oh no, I've wasted kelp and given myself a temporary food source. So actually, you know what? Maybe it was destiny. But I wasted some coal in doing this. It's fine. It's fine. There's wouldn't be an episode of, a mod series without Jordan doing a dumb, leaving something for people to yell at. I'm sure you were yelling at your monitor right there, your phone or whatever, and being like, Jordan, don't throw the kelp in. It's not how it works. It's good. It's good. We need algal blend. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for there. Can we decraft it or just have to, break it anyway? I didn't know if there would be a recipe so that I wouldn't have to break it. I shouldn't have gone and converted it all to begin with. But anywho, there we go. And now we can make the algal blend. See, it's a good amount. There we go. And then we can put some of it in there. And actually, let's just break it in half. Some of it there and there. And that'll be so much better. Now we can actually make the andesite alloys instead of me, wasting things. Need to get more clay, it looks like. Yeah. Come to think of it, with the seed excess that we're building up here, chickens probably would have been a good choice to bring over. I am going to make this the Tinker's chest here. And now, all right, 14 algal bricks, 15, there we go. Perfect. So I mined out some andesite and got a good amount of andesite cobblestone in between the episodes just so I could have that taken care of. And now we should be able to get quite a few andesite alloy. That amount should hold us over for a little bit. And now what we have to do, let me check what we already have in Create. So we have a couple windmill bearings. This is why I think that this is the thing this is why it's supposed to be like a ruined windmill, is because there's windmill bearings inside of them. And then we need the radial chassis. So that saves a couple crafting recipes. Awesome. We have the sails. So really all we need are more shafts. We're gonna need probably a couple of gearboxes here. So I should add these into my easy access menu. And then we'll mostly be good to go. All right, I think let's just make a good amount of these cogwheels here. And by good amount, I guess 16 is a good amount. And then I guess I'll just have to make some more buttons, get some more large cogwheels. Okay, there we go. So 6 and 16, and then we can get a couple gearboxes. One for at the top where the windmill is, and one for at the bottom to distribute power elsewhere. And then we just need a few shafts to bring the power down. Okay, that should be good. Let's go and make a windmill after we sleep. So if I were a windmill, where would I build myself? I think we should put it in a place where it's going to be convenient to draw extra cogs and stuff from it. So I think like more centralized would be here versus doing it, say, like over here. So that way it'll just be easier to power, rotating some mechanical harvesters around the crops over here and be able to hopefully like draw the power all the way down to whatever this lift is that we have to do in order to pick up the andesite. So I think probably just I'll set it up here. We'll get it into the sky, and hopefully it won't be too terribly intrusive, but it's very possible it will be intrusive. And also, I'm just gonna do sails, okay? Like maybe it's not gonna be the prettiest thing in the world, but it'll function, and it's not gonna be as easy to build because of the whole thing where I can't fly here and I could fly in one block. Okay, so hey, this is probably high enough, right? And we can just plop down a gearbox on top of it. Surely I'm gonna be able to do this without, I'm not gonna be able to do this without building up like scaffolding separately. It's simply not gonna happen. That didn't go the right way, did it? Wait, did I just put down another gearbox? No, I put down that's the wrong way, dude. God, I'm gonna have to make, oh, frick. MLG! Oh, he hits it, let's go, but also this is inconvenient. So we can't make the wrench until we're pressing, but I can't press without having stress units. So I gotta make the windmill without the wrench. So that's our challenge today. I gotta just do scaffolding. All right, well, here goes. Please, windmill bearing. Straight out, yes, perfect, beautiful. Now, radial chassis here. I might have just obstructed where all of the sails are gonna go, which is an oopsie daisy moment that I've gone and done, but there we go. A radial chassis. I'm hoping this isn't like terribly different from how I had it set up before. I also hope I'm remembering properly. And then we should just sail. I'm just doing a little, test here to make sure that I've got it properly, and then just activate it with 4 and see if it works properly. Tell me you're gonna work. Oh yeah, it needs 8 sails, but still, okay. It's detecting, so I'm gonna assume that is a good sign. I do love that you can do this in order to, get the sails placed down. It's kind of brilliant. But now the problem is my scaffolding was bad. I literally picked the worst possible place that I could put scaffolding. Oh, what an idiot. What an idiot. Oh, man. Okay. Anyway, now we can probably test it if I can get around. And here we go. What do you right click the bearing with an empty hand? It's facing the wrong direction, you actual fool. I can't do it. At least we're not trying to deal with deployers here. I forgot that if you shift and you click, it reverses the orientation. So basically I didn't need to do any of that. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now we got some more scaffolding going around the sides here, which I'm not gonna be able to access after I put down the sails, but now I can test. Brilliant. It's working. It just, sometimes it takes a moment, but at the end of the day, we're on the right track here. And that's what's most important. Now, just add sails and we are off to the races, if we were sailing, that is. We love a big old plus sign windmill, right? Right? We love it. Okay, this should actually work. It should be, basically max. Oh no, it's you can do 2 stacks of sails onto a windmill. That's right. I can do more. Yeah, why don't we add to it? Actually, you know what? Before we go waste a bunch of iron smelting it inefficiently to make a whole bunch more of the sails, why don't we use the windmill in its current form to power a 1-to-1 smeltery setup, which I will also have to use iron to make the hoppers, but aside from that, we'll still be able to be mostly efficient, minus what I'm doing here, but we'll ignore that really quickly. And after this, I swear, I'm gonna be really, really efficient. Actually, I mean, I guess it's not like critical to have all the hoppers because we can just, manually take resources out and put them into the next thing. So yeah, but it would have been nice. It's fine, we'll work towards it. Okay, so we need a seared casting table and we need a seared heater. And where did I put all of my Tinker's construct? Why isn't it? Wait, what are you doing? It's literally in my inventory. Okay, that was weird. We need that, and then the seared melter requires some of this. That's why I have the sand smelting up here. And unless it requires a different kind of glass, nope, good to go. And seared melter. And then the other thing we're gonna have to do is we're gonna first have to use this with gold to get the ingot casting. And fortunately we have some gold. I think it's only like 2 ingots to get the cast set up. Oh God, but then, no, I also have to get I just put an ingot in and then pour the gold around it. So we're gonna have to sacrifice like an iron ingot, or maybe we can sacrifice another kind. But yeah, okay. I guess the thing is, where do I wanna set this up? I kinda have to figure out where I want my factory to be centered, because this is probably gonna be an important part of it for having other resources and recipes automated. I guess I'm just gonna do it here. This is where the windmill leads down into, and we can always have other offshoots happening later on. I mean, I feel like by the time that we're further along with this, either we're gonna have different ways of generating stress. I suppose there's engines and things like that, or we're gonna have just 50 million windmills. I don't know. I'm gonna let the cogs kind of decide where this is gonna be placed. I don't know how far I can downscale it. I probably want maybe like one more level from here, perhaps, and then we'll bring it into the large cogwheel and then step down. Obviously, we can at some point hopefully use the speed Stop. Let me do the thing. There we go. Obviously, at some point we use once you get the kinetic mechanism, not the kinetic mechanism, the precision mechanisms, you can step down or you can adjust with the one block. But I guess this is how we'll start it off, and hopefully it won't overload it. I guess I'll start off with one hopper. I have to imagine that we're going to have better ways of powering things later on. Anyway, the millstone is going to go here. It's going to get powered by the cogwheel, and we're going to have a hopper from the chest going into this. This is where we're going to put the crushed ores. Crushed ores are going to go into here, and then they get turned into dust, which then we're going to hopper out and into the seared melter. So the seared melter is going to go down there, which it gets powered by the seared heater, which I think we'll just use lava probably to start off with. We can also do coal, I think, but lava is going to be more effective. And then we're gonna at some point have to automate that whole process of powering this, unless we get a better way of doing the 1-to-1 at some point in the future. I don't know, we'll see. I also need to get a faucet. I forgot about that part, seared faucet, there we go. Fortunately, the recipes are pretty much all just seared bricks and super duper easy. So, and then, I mean, this actually seems like a pretty good way to even do things in the future rather than doing full scale Tinker's Construct smeltery. Although Tinker's Construct smeltery can do multiple ores in theory, but you have to be like switching between the different, it kind of make it complicated, I suppose. Anyway, okay, let me see. What do I want to throw in first? I guess let me just get some, gold in there to begin with. And I just need to get some lava really quick in order to power this thing. Alternatively, I could just use coal. I know that we're gonna have to use lots and lots of lava for some various recipes. I was looking at one recipe where one of the things that it calls for is something called liquid soul, and I was trying to go down the recipe tree in order to figure out where it came from, and it seems to originate from a wither inside of a Tinker's Construct smeltery. So I'm like, is that really something that we're gonna have to work towards? Because I don't know if I'm ready for that. Yeah, that'll be better. One thing of lava. Honestly, I mean, I probably would have been better off with coal, but whatever. All right, lava into here. Oh, I forgot it's one slot and it's not like the Tinker's Construct smeltery where you, yeah, okay. Anyway, it's different. So I put those in there. Cool. It's spitting out the bucket. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, we're gonna liquefy that, and then I'm seeing, is there another ingot that is perhaps of less, value to me than iron at the moment? Because maybe I should use that instead, like copper or something. Let's just smelt 3 copper and maybe use like a copper ingot as our ingot cast over here. All right, so our very first copper ingot gets juiced, basically. Is that enough? That's enough. Brilliant. And how much do I have? I have 1 ingot left over. Oh, and now I can just, boop, cast the gold out of there. Brilliant. So fortunately, what you can do with this though, is if you put a hopper underneath, you can retrieve out. The problem is, I think you do need to like redstone clock it. Otherwise, I don't think you can just have a signal permanently on. So that does create a little bit of a conundrum here as to how I'm gonna pull out of here, but that's a problem for future Jardon. So we need hopper here, hopper there, some kind of thing to repeat signal, and it should essentially be automated now. And we should be able to get 1-to-1. Automated after, well, the hoppering. But let's start up this thing. And then after that, we should be good to go. So just activate this. And then I'll manually pull resources for the time being. But our goal being, there we go. Get that up and running. So here we go. Let's grab some of our crushed iron. Even though I have the chest labeled, I'm just, don't know what I'm doing. We put our crushed iron in here. Now the millstone is gonna start cranking. Hogs. Sorry, it's a reference if you happen to watch Stone Block. If you don't, then you're like, what did he just say? Anyway, hey, look, we got 15 iron dust. I can't remember if the lava keeps going down when you're using this thing as opposed to the, whatchamacallit. We're getting 1-to-1 now, which is huge. This is big. This is super big. Because I believe each one of those goes to 3 of the iron dust, and then 3 of the iron dust goes to 1 ingot. So we're 1-to-1ing right now, which is good. It's just, a little slow and tedious, but we don't have to worry about that because we're gonna get more hoppers. And if I go get some redstone, maybe I can just wire up like a manual, clock to go around. There is a timer, but the timer, it takes other stuff that we're not quite there yet. So it might be a little bit, but hey, look at us go. Oh no, are we out? No, we're still good. We're still good. The lava's lasting a while. We love our lava. And this thing, yep, finished up. We got 54 more iron dust, and I just want to get a couple of the hoppers going. And that's 5. That's 1 more hopper. We just need 10 iron ingots, and we'll be good to go. All right, and that completes that. So now we can make 2 hoppers and mostly complete our automation. I could just put a lever and flip the lever. That does seem kind of tedious to do. Okay, that faced the wrong way. What are you doing? Go into the chest. There we go. Did that work? I think that worked. If I pour this, then I think if I put oh wait, did it happen automatically? Do I not need hold on. If I don't need a redstone thing here, then wait, this is actually gonna be huge. Okay, we put some of that in there. Oh, wait. No, we need the redstone in order to trigger the faucet to deploy. That's what it was. It wasn't that we need the redstone in order for this to hopper into there. Yeah, we still need the redstone. But hey, at least you can see it's filling up. It's going until it runs out of a fuel source. So I suppose I could put that in there for the time being. And then once it's out, it'll be on to the next, and we'll be good. All right, dude. 1-to-1 is happening right now. Now we don't have to worry about being super wasteful, and I can just click on that whenever I come back until we get the redstone. But yeah, I guess another trip down is in order, and I should have been on the lookout for redstone. That wasn't very smart. Still not a huge fan of coming back down here before I've got a lot of stuff. I feel like redstone is generating differently down here because it does honestly seem like I haven't seen any. I've not been looking for it, but I also just don't feel like I've seen it, which is kind of weird. Wish I'd looked this one up, but why would I have ever thought this? Does not generate. Crush cinnabar to obtain redstone. Oh no. Wait. Okay, wait. Cinnabar does generate in the overworld. I thought that was maybe like a nether resource. So, let me see if I can find any of that. Oh, there you go. It makes sense. Wait, is this cinnabar? Tell me that this is cinnabar, and also tell me that I'm not gonna get myself into a terrible situation. It's still ruby. What the frick? Where the frick is the cinnabar? 1-to-30. 1-to-30, they say. Uh-huh. Surely. Wait, is this it? No. Oh, that's random. What's it gonna give me? What did it give me? Dumplings? I did need food. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got cinnabar. Don't drop into the lava, pretty please. Oh God, here they come again. Here they come again. These little pests. Back off. Bad. Okay, that's 5 cinnabar. Oh, bro, I need so much more. So cinnabar goes to so if I crush it, it just straight up gives me redstone, 4 per out the gate. We might be fine with that. Okay, perfect. I don't think I need to find more. I was thinking I need to process it, but you just crush it and we have the millstone already set up. We were made for this. You think you're slick. You ain't slick. Thinking you can hide in there, that I'm not gonna see you. Uh-huh. Oh, and then he retrieves. It's like, oh, frick. My plan foiled again. Let me eat the dumpling. Oh, that's the best meal I've had in ages. All right, so I just put the cinnabar into here, and now because there's extra space in the hopper, we're just gonna grab ourselves some easy peasy redstone, right? Yeah, it's a little slow. Maybe the cinnabar is like a tougher material or something. So without having gone to the nether to get quartz, could I, in theory, maybe just do this with some redstone torches, do maybe 4 in a path or something? Obviously we don't want the torches to burn out. So I'm gonna put a torch here. I'm basically gonna try to run just a square of the torches and hope that in doing 4 of them, it's enough to not burn out. We'll see how it goes. As it turns out, if you just have an active redstone signal, it just works. So I could have just used a lever. Hey, we know how to get redstone now, which I'm sure is going to come in handy for for future stuff, right? So really, like we were gonna need to do this at some point. Just we didn't need to do it now, but it's always good to think about the future. So we're getting iron. 1-to-1. Let's go, dude. Let's go. This is good. This is good, right? I could just like top this off and make a set of iron armor. This is good news. Or we could just double up the sales and this will go faster. So anyway, hey, how about we put the extra crushed iron in there? Now we get to watch the process from start to finish. Goes into there, starts smelting up, pours in, and then because it doesn't need a timer, we're good to go. Boom, awesome. And we get more iron. This is brilliant. And now we can make some nuggets out of here and we can make our remaining sales and it's gonna be amazing. Look. And now how many sales are we gonna be able to make out of this? Boom, and that's another 26 before we run out of wood. So yeah, I suppose another thing that we're gonna wanna do probably is work towards those saws, the mechanical saws, so that we can do lots of stuff from that. But let's get up to a stack here. And there we go, easy. Turns out this is a lot easier to do when you can fly. I just need to add 3 down here. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And now it should have symmetry. It's not the prettiest thing. Follows the same format as the 1-block windmill, but it's functional, okay? And that's what we're going for here. All right, so that's a scaffolding, can be deconstructed. We can't make it any bigger. Oh yeah, that's going now. That's going now. Okay, hopefully this will be processing the ores more and we'll have enough stress to be able to bring it into multiple different machines without having to worry about overloading it too much until maybe we're doing engines and other things. And anyway, nice. Do I need all of these? Probably not, but look at that. Yes, I eventually will we probably maybe want to put some structure around this to make it look nice? Sure, but for now, I feel like it's more important to just get our ores going 1-to-1. And yeah, okay, now it's going much faster. That's brilliant, and we're all good. How about we throw in some copper? Let's get our copper to go 1-to-1 here after we so mercilessly threw it into the smelter over there and wasted 2/3 of it. God, what a horrible thing for me to have done. But now we'll get 10 copper out of that and it'll be brilliant. And now I can actually make a set of iron armor. I don't know, this might be a stupid thing to do, but it'll keep me alive for when I need to go down there. And I feel like being less nervous going down and trying to get stuff from below. Oh, I should test the andesite generation thing. I want to see how that works, and now I can make another bucket without worrying about being super duper wasteful. So that'll be good. Before I go down below, actually, I want to try making one of these kinetic mechanisms, which are essentially the basis of all the machines. And as you've noticed, all the recipes, all the create stuff, it's vastly different in this mod pack versus standard create. So you basically just have to relearn all the stuff that you're used to here and expect that nothing is gonna be the same. So I think, what was it? It was a stripped log goes into this thing. Yeah, you need to do a stripped log. So why don't we just strip some of these for the time being. And then I figure the easiest saw to use for this stuff is probably just going to be a stone saw. I don't really see why I would use, like a diamond saw for something like this. Oh, interesting. Oh, it takes stone rods. 1, 2, 3. And then we can get a stone saw that way using, I put my flint in the ores chest now is what I've learned, because it's gravel ore essentially. Which, it took me all these years to kind of decide on that after chat's like, no, it's an ore. It should go into the ore chest. This is Twitch chat. Okay, there's a kinetic mechanism. All right, not too bad. But the goal, of course, by the end of chapter 1 inside the book is to have this just fully automated and chests on chests on chests being filled up by these. But this then goes into the andesite machine, so you need 8 of these per andesite machine, which then the smithing table, and you turn it into other stuff. It's a decent amount to have to worry about. Oh, I just realized the saw isn't used. That's why you can make a diamond one, so it lasts longer. Okay, that's great. We appreciate that. Also, while we're going down to test out this thing with the andesite, why don't we throw another crushed ore in here? I'm worried if I combine that we might end up with some alloying or an issue here inside the melter. So I'm just doing one resource at a time, but it happens super quickly. So I'm stoked on that. Okay, so I think it's just lava, water, bedrock, according to what it says. So let's hope it works. So yeah, I need to just like come down here with stacks of torches and just light everything up. It's such a pain every time that I come down here. It's like 50 zombies and several skeletons are all out to get me immediately. Yeah, down to bedrock. This is where I'm like, okay, so how are we gonna do Darkstone? Oh, interesting. Okay, is this like some pre-bedrock stuff or something like that? Okay, so there's bedrock. Wait, is it flat? It's not flat. It's not flat at all. It's very not flat. Okay. But, you know, at least if we find like a little area that has kind of a stretch of bedrock that's all on one level, then maybe in theory we could have like several slots that are generating simultaneously. But okay, so it's not flat. But if this works, then it could be like, you know, we have a strip of these 4 that are all generating, and then I just have to figure out, I don't know how I break the block and then pull it back up to the surface. Unless, of course, again, open to comments. If you guys have any advice, totally let me know. I just don't know if there's a way to actually like get bedrock up, if that's like a trick, or if you really just have to do it down here and there's not really another way about it. So let's try it out over one of these here. Does it have to be flowing? I just obviously don't want to, you know, just destroy the water, especially while I'm down here. So it's just water lava. Okay, I'm gonna just flow one into the other and see what happens. I can't remember if I do that, if it's gonna generate on top of the bedrock or if it's gonna do it there. Let me just test this really quick and see where it generates. And oh, there we go. Okay, that's, well, I mean, wait. Oh, that's where it said the weighting. Oh, the weight is 20. So 25% of the time, that's what it's going to generate. But you're also going to get the other variations, diorite cobblestone, and then back to andesite cobblestone. Okay, so it generates like all of the different, got it. Now my question is here, because the other spots don't have a place that I can necessarily dig down. If I do this, is it still going to work? It's just going to shift it one back. Is it going to break the lava? Yes. Okay, so I need that. I need that little pit that I had set up, and it means that not every spot, I suppose I might be able to kind of finagle it around and, you know, find an efficient way so that I can do it in any flat spot here. But at least, I mean, that's how it works. So pretty straightforward. And I just don't know, like, I assume I have to scale the heck out of this. So it comes down to like, how quickly can I break the blocks with whatever create machine does it? And how fast does it take to pull it up to the surface and all of that. So I guess here is where I'll leave off the episode. Again, open to, oh, hey, we got more redstone. Cool. Open to feedback. Let me know what you think so far in the comments. And I feel like we've made good progress though. We have a good full-sized windmill. We have 1-to-1 ore generation. Next episode, we can focus on getting some machinery set up and maybe getting those auto farms going for chapter 1. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel, stay tuned for more episodes, and I'll see you in the next one.